All right, you guys, welcome to Risky Ryan Trades. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be going over a whole bunch of stuff, but the market today may have just flipped, and we're going to be going over a bunch of information, charts, and data points to support my thought that it happened a little earlier than I thought it would, but it looks like tech might be back. Before we do, here is my disclaimer. Trading is risky. This is not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. However, I do hope that you get value out of this video, and if you do, if you could hit the like button, it does me a lot of favors, helps me grow my little channel. So thank you for joining me. This is a new channel. So let's just dive into it because I have a whole bunch to talk about. Number one, let's take a look at the Dow, up 0.25%. NASDAQ, this is the big news, 2.64%. S&P 500, 1.58%. Russell 2000, up only 0.58%. It pushed past 228 today and got brought all the way back down to 223. Now, do notice something. The NASDAQ was kind of flat today. It popped up in after hours. S&P, same thing, kind of flat today, but it popped up in after hours. And the Russell closed mostly flat as well. So that is a little interesting. I'm not really sure what to make of that just quite yet. But taking a look at the heat map, you can see NVDA, holy cow, 12.81%. Microsoft down 1%, but as we'll see, this is actually a huge recovery from what happened in after hours. Apple's up. Amazon back to 186. Meta, we are going to go, once we touch on Meta, we are right in the middle of after hours, so we'll be able to take a look at where that stock is sitting. The conference call has not quite yet happened. But yeah, all the big names that have been struggling, Eli Lilly, Visa, Tesla even at 232, all of them having a nice bounce day. Semiconductors was another big mover today. So we're going to be getting into all this. We're going to be taking a look at the after hours on the charts, and yeah, let's just jump right into that. So starting off with the S&P 500. And we're going to go to the daily. And we're going to go to a regular candle. All right, so the S&P 500 popped today, back over Kijinsen. Tried to get over Tenkan-sen, closed underneath, but for a moment there, it was over it. This means, and it was on a lot of volume. So just taking a look, this is a daily chart. We popped right back up to the top of this right here, and we closed above it. So what I would suspect going forward the next few days, we might be in a range between Kijinsen and Tenkan-sen. However, to me, this looks like a reversal. We double bottomed, we rejected the cloud. And going to a weekly, now this candle is not yet formed, but even if we stay sideways, that means that the upward trend is still intact because we haven't closed a weekly candle under the Tenkan-sen. That would be super strong, you guys. Super strong. So I like what I'm seeing out of the SPY. Going to the NASDAQ had a big day. On the weekly, it rejected the Kijinsen today, and we see this double bottom. Now, it was on less volume than these 3 days. So the NASDAQ not looking quite as strong as the SPY. However, we seem to be in this channel. This trend line seems to have recovered, and we might see more push out of the NASDAQ over the few days if the overall market is strong. That would push this back up over the Tenkan-sen. And looking at the daily, you can see we popped today, closing over the cloud and the Kijinsen. This is crucial, you guys. We were in the cloud. Oh, you know what? I was looking at the volume on the weekly. The volume on the daily. Look at this. It's higher. It's higher, you guys. So signs of life, you guys. This is great news. Yeah, so loving what I'm seeing there. The Russell surprised me today. So Powell all but said that he's going to cut in September. As long as we keep getting CPI readings like we've been getting, which I think that we will. Yeah, so like this surprised me. We pushed over this 227 line and got rejected back down. However, we're still in an ascending formation, still closing candles over the Tenkan-sen. So it'll be interesting to see who wins in the debate. Does the rotation remain? Do small caps outperform the NASDAQ going forward? That remains to be seen. But all three indexes looking very strong. Well, this looking stronger, but the NASDAQ potentially may have hit bottom and might be in a super recovery mode. We'll have to wait and see. Just looking at the results from Meta, I see that is popping as of right now. And last night, Microsoft, yes, Microsoft dumped. It hit $3.90 a share, and then it recovered. And then the next day, the NASDAQ pumped. So in what world does Microsoft dump, and then the NASDAQ rallies the next day? So Microsoft hitting its bottom yesterday and after hours may have been the moment that tech flipped and all the pain ended. That remains to be seen, and we'll see how Meta's conference call goes. But all of the tech stocks were up today, and firmly rejecting some critical support levels, and pushing. Let's take a look at semiconductors. Semiconductors opened, tapped my 240 level, and then closed higher over Kijun-sen. That means that we didn't even have to tap the bottom of the cloud today. So the next level of resistance I see is 255. And there was also some news that, I think it was ASML, they basically told the US government to go F themselves. They're going to sell to China all they want. And that was perceived as bullish for the semiconductors. So a lot of positive catalysts for tech. Now, let's dive into the Mag 7. We're going to jump right into NVIDIA. NVIDIA today, closing above Kijun-sen, rejecting to the bottom of the cloud. We do have a GAN level here at 119.15, and Tenkan-sen sits at basically the same level. And in after hours, you can see at this very moment, it's at 119.08. So it's trying to retake this GAN level. And if it can close candles over it, watch out. As far as I'm concerned, I think that this fib channel right here is the new channel that we're going to be inside of. Look at the big green volume. Usually selling volume usually outweighs buying volume. And this one almost overtook this big sell-off. So tons of volume. I think this is the most traded stock today. So NVIDIA is looking really, really good. Microsoft trying to retake this GAN level of 422. I thought we were going to come in after hours. I thought for sure. I mean, it was hitting 390, you guys, all the way down here. This is the low that it hit in after hours, all the way down here. Look where it is today. So that is absolutely incredible. I thought, oh, maybe it'll hold this GAN angle. Now it looks like it wants to take back this GAN level right here at 422. And I was lucky enough to snipe off some shares at about 397. And I want to show you it. I want to show you what happened in after hours if you didn't see it. Absolutely incredible with Microsoft. Look at this. Look at this. It got down to 389. 389, it popped up. It came back down, and I said, you know what? $400 a share, long-term investment. That should be good. And then it went wonky here and just absolutely popped. And then all day today, it consolidated higher and higher. This right here is the GAN level. Actually, that should be a little bit lower, I think. I'll fix that in a second. Okay, so I just fixed it. You can see here, once it broke that GAN level, it just sent it flying. And today we actually tapped it. We actually tapped it today. So it tried just today to get over that. It rejected, but it wasn't deterred. So that's going to be a key level, 421.71. If Microsoft can break that, that's going to be huge for the NASDAQ. So I would keep a very close watch on that level. All right, let's dive into Apple. Actually, no, let's go straight to Tesla. So here's the chart of Tesla. This is a weekly, goes back a few years. You can see that there is a downtrend line coming down, and we've been struggling to pop over it. And during that big pop, we popped over it. And over the last few, since the earnings call, it dropped under it. It retook it, it dropped under it, and now it's taken it over again. And just today, you can see we popped over it, it sold off, it retested it, it didn't even have to retest it, and then once this broke, you could see it was just off to the races. So I'm still a little worried about this name, but I might draw a fib channel and see if we can get back inside of this right here, because this was the moment we were in a channel. And if it retakes that channel, that would confirm to me that this thing could continue. So I'm not going to jump into buying shares just yet because of the amount that it's gone over and under and over. But so long as it is over this downtrend line at about right today, it's about 223.49. It's good. If you go to the daily, we closed over Kijinsen, couldn't close over Tenkan-sen. Maybe a close over Tenkan-sen would make me more bullish about this. We do have a MACD crossover like that might form. So I do like what I see. RSI is sitting above 50. So for the moment, Tesla looks a lot healthier than it did just a few days ago, just yesterday. So good for Tesla. Congratulations, Tesla holders. You can tell me I told you so. All right, let's take a look at Apple. Actually, real quick, Tesla. Let's just take a look at the GANs real quick. Awesome. Okay, so we rejected the top of the arc. 245 is really the level that you want to see it retake. So if we can retake Tenkan-sen and start to push over, that's going to be a key level to watch, 245. Obviously, then you have 250, but this GAN level is really what this thing is going to try to gravitate towards before it meets resistance. So if the market remains healthy as this floats back up, I would be very bullish on this name, because after that, you know how this thing moves. After that, we could be pushing right up to $300, which I believe is the all-time high in 2023. And then you got $400 way back there. So things are looking a lot better for Tesla. Let's just hope this whole move isn't a fake out, but I do think the market reversed. I think we watched it a few days ago at bottom, so we can cross our fingers on that. Let's take a look at Meta, and we do have earnings in focus right now. It's sitting at 496, which is within the arc and above the cloud. We're going to go onto here and actually take a live look at it. All right, so we're sitting at 495. We're basically in a holding pattern until the conference call starts, which is starting at this very moment. So at the end of this video, I'm going to check and see what what happened since I was gone, but sitting at 495, that means it's above Tenkan-sen and above the cloud, you guys. That is absolutely massive. And where would that put Chikou span? Having trouble locating it right here. So if it's at 495, we would need it to get to like 512, maybe above the arc, for Chikou span to be proper. And if that's the case, then the Ichimoku will be intact. So we're going to really hope that we can get up to 511. It did reach 515 up until this point in after hours. That was the peak. But that might be one of those crazy wicks. I mean, what do you guys think of this? Can I get a comment below what you guys think of these giant wicks that we see in earnings? Is this shenanigans? Is this like a hedge fund calling in a favor so you can buy shares down here and then price just pops right back up? Let me know in the comments what you think about that, because I'm curious what you guys think. Taking a look at Google. Let's see how Google did. I didn't even really look. Okay, so Google has retaken this Gann angle. So, but it had a negative, well, it closed higher, but it had a red candle today. It was not able to get over Kijun-sen. So this is not a bullish pattern. However, we do have some pretty decent, man, look at this circle. This is where I would have bought. That would have paid off because it did retake this Gann level and this Gann angle. So Google's looking good, but yeah, I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that name. All right, so Amazon is the other big one. Amazon had a big recovery today. Look at it. Look at it. Look at this. Big green. Big green. Breaking the cloud. Closing over Kijun-sen. In between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Just taking a look at the weekly, keeping in mind that this candle is not yet formed. But from the way it's looking, we are currently rejecting the Kijun-sen on the weekly, and that's at 183.47. So we need to close the week above it, and it's got earnings tomorrow. So that's going to be huge. It's going to be really big, you guys. Amazon earnings could, I mean, you guys, this could bust it over 200. How big of a move would that be? You know, let's say from here to here. That's a 7% move. That could put it over. And if it did that, it would put it back in this fib channel. So that would be a great development. That would put us far ahead. But if we drop, you know, the bottom of this fib channel and this Gann angle that's a 10% drop. So Amazon could go either way. I have high hopes in Amazon. I have my full position set, and I'm ready to risk the biscuit. By the way, if you're still in this video, thank you so much. If you haven't hit the like button, would you please? And if you're not a subscriber yet, maybe consider joining the channel. I'm going to share a video. I'm going to reward everybody that makes it through this whole video. I'm going to share with you a stock that I recently invested in that is looking really strong. And I'm going to save that for the end of the video. It's looking like really incredible right now. All right. You know, I'm not going to dive into all of the normal, like Eli Lilly did well. Well, we'll just breeze through these really quick. So on the daily, Eli Lilly tapped the cloud, couldn't close inside of it. So Lilly is still looking scary, and we could see 744 for Eli Lilly. So that is concerning, but we did clear this gap here and then reject. Costco also, biggest position in my portfolio. We're still within the cloud. Had a pretty good day today, but not a massive recovery by any means. Visa had a good day today, and look at that, you guys. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Visa retook this Gann angle. That's a buy signal for me. I might have to pick up some Visa shares. Wow. And you don't even have to let's see what the stop loss would be. You know, set it under this 1.8%. Ooh-wee. I really like what I see there. We had the big undercut and then we popped right back up and took it back. I really like what I see here. So, okay, Visa's on my radar. Netflix just can't get love, but look at that. We tapped the bottom of the cloud, or the Gann angle. Netflix is also on my radar. You have a pretty decent risk reward here, and it looks like it wants to, and then you have the cloud there to save you as well. That's only a 2% stop loss for me. By the way, trading is risky. If you take my advice and lose money, hey man, that's on you. But that's a risk we all take. And yeah, hopefully you make some money alongside me. SOFI had a big day. Big day. Look at this. More crazy dojis. I swear to God, the stock is being manipulated. I swear to God. But at the end of the day, we closed back above Tenkan-sen. And so that means that this thing has the Ichimoku on its side. So, and we've firmly rejected the bottom of this multiple times. We had a flirt with it, and then after earnings, we were rejecting the bottom of this arc. So I think, financials are a strong sector. The Russell's moving, smaller plays, we could see it take the top of the arc. And by the way, if we can close a candle over 790, $8, I mean, I know that that's like a psychological level, but 790 is what I'm seeing as far as like the true level of support. So if we can close some candles over that, that would help us to push over $8, and that would bring it to like 850 as the next level. So key levels to watch: 770, call it 775, then you got 790, and then 850. So this is incredible. It held up during earnings. Good for that. Let's take a look at PayPal, a stock that lost me a bunch of money. Ooh, taking back the Gann level. Strong. Really strong. And we pushed through this arc that we have not been able to get through. This is really solid, you guys. We're over the cloud. The Ichimoku is almost, actually, the Ichimoku is with us. I think this cloud needs to flip yet, but I like that there's strong support, and see the wicks and then the wicks down. That means it passed through resistance, and that would give you, what would that give you? 2%. PayPal, 2% stop loss as well. So I like what I see here. And look at all this volume. Incredible. So finally, PayPal getting some love. Look at this. We haven't seen buying volume like this in God knows how long. So pushing up over this. Incredible move for PayPal. Maybe watch for a retest of this level before moving forward, because this is just an absolutely incredible move. It might want to unwind a little bit of it. So 65, it looks like 64.82. That would be an area to watch for PayPal. All right, we're going to look at Bitcoin. Check on the old Bitcoin. Closing is not good. Not good. Where we close? 64,722. Closing under this key level of support right here. So I don't like that one bit. Top of the cloud lines up with this level right here. So 62,860 looks like it's in the cards for Bitcoin. Ethereum. USD. Ethereum, kind of the same thing with Ethereum. Closing under Tenkan-sen once again. Finding support at the bottom of the cloud. So it looks like it's in a holding pattern. Could try to retest 3,000 again, but that remains to be seen. XRP has been the strongest. Let's see if that dominance continues. Look at that. Still above Tenkan-sen. Still in a good pattern. Closing, I mean, we went higher and then we rejected down. And so, but we're still holding this level at 62 cents, 63 cents. So you could see this was a key level here. Price rejection all along these lines, but we were able to close above it yesterday, and we're holding that area today. And actually, if you look at Heikinashi candles, strong, very strong. All right, you guys, let's take a look at the stock that I invested in recently and is very, very clean on the Ichimoku. It is none other than Spotify. Now, here, I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. We're going to go to a daily. You're going to see, look at that. Clean break over the peak. Couldn't get through, got through it today. And I always love these when they test the 10-day moving average and then they create this type of candle. Incredible. And if we go to a 15-minute chart and we go Wednesday, look at this. Very clean on the Ichimoku. Very seldom do we close under that, even on the 15-minute chart. You go to a 1-hour chart, looking really, really good. Could we see a retest to 399? Potentially, but I have shares down here at like 325. And if I pick up a share here, it'll bring my cost basis right here, and I'll be good. But yeah, just look at this, guys. We had a big consolidation, and the top of this sits at 346. So a break of that tomorrow, and there could be a really strong move. And just take a look at the hourly, the MACD. Really, really good looking. So I'm going to be looking to add a share of Spotify tomorrow if I like what I see, if I see this pattern continuing. And I might even pick up a share if I see a red candle that taps this level. So that, just a whatever, 339.62-ish, call it 339.50 is the support level, the new support level, and the all-time high, 346.23. So look for price action within this. If we break to the low side, maybe hold off. If we break through the upside and you get nice consistent action, grabbing a share there might not be a bad idea. I think I might do that, exactly that. Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing here. Absolutely loving it. So I'm looking for more strength. And let's do a little bonus one. Lockheed Martin, same thing. We actually pushed past a GAN level, or an ARC. Okay, let's go to Lockheed Martin. Look at that. Boom. Could we see a retest? Potentially. But, I mean, it didn't just give this move to not break these levels, especially after just cruising through them. And by the way, this coincided with breaking. Oh, I mean, this move broke the all-time high. So, yeah, Lockheed Martin is taking off like a fighter jet. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I do this every day. If you enjoyed this video, enjoyed the analysis, consider becoming a subscriber. Your comments below are always appreciated, and your likes. It helps with the algorithm. You can probably see the little subscribe button popping up right now. All right, I'm done begging. Have a good one. Good luck in the markets, and I will catch you the next time. Risky Ryan, out.